No one knows what it means. Heart you too. Milk. I'm not saying it. I've taken a stand. I'm not saying it. Why does that do that? Why does that do that? Step dash. It just goes through stuff. 4K. To what purpose? Why? I don't understand. Make me understand. It just feels weird. It doesn't look like it should. It doesn't. There's no visual indicator of like armor. It's just like the hurt box is just not there, and then she stops and she's back. Huh? It feels and looks like you hit A.B.A, and then the game's like, nah, but you missed. Well, nah, but you whiffed. Huh? What? Milk is dealing with it though. Milk is simply supplying the Anji damage, and it is enough. It is in fact enough. We even get the bounce off the backboard. The classic strategy when you're a kid to get the basketball actually to go into the hoop. They don't consider the seals because you don't have the I know where it's the aim to get to like swish to get nothing but net, so you get bounce it off the backboard and then you go to hoop. I could do that when I was a kid. Rare basketball tech. I don't know if that's rare. I can't shoot like even free throws anymore. My problem, honestly, legitimately, I am not used to how weak I am. Like my brain keeps thinking, specifically when I shoot a basketball or anything else, I know exactly how strong I am. When I shoot a basketball, it's like I'm as strong as I was before I transitioned, right? And that is an air ball. Time to change nothing. But I prefer to think of it as giving, because I didn't shoot hoops from like high school or early high school until I was working in a school as an adult. So I prefer to think of it as showing my students that even adults, you know, could fail at things consistently, repeatedly, no matter what they try. I just genuinely have absolutely no skill at something, you know? And that it's okay. And the thing is, I say that like it's a joke, but I'm not really kidding. Yeah, adults are also sometimes just garbage at things, and that's fine. It's okay to be like, you know, I'm trash at this. Like, that's an airball. Like, yeah, I told you I'm trash. I didn't say I'm goated. Watch this, nothing but net, and then airball. I said, yeah, no, I'm gonna blow this. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it to the hoop, and then it didn't make it to the hoop. I don't know what you want from me. I don't understand what you want from me. That being said, I feel like there was a point. It just wasn't with any of my, like, it wasn't like out on recess duty or anything. My finger got caught in my hand. How does that even happen? Like, it wasn't one of my students being like, you know, Miss Goat Camel, which is definitely what they called me. Shoot some hoops with us, and we were like, okay. On recess duty, it was like with other adults, and I feel like I did fine. So maybe it's just a debuff that I incurred by being an educator. Maybe that's what it is. It's just because I was at work, I was like, I can't. Anyway, I should probably talk about the game instead of whatever I'm talking about. Time to cancel Fujin into Fujin into Fujin. Listen. If they keep blocking, we keep Fujining. It's as simple as that. It's a good jump. It's a good jump. Look at that. I know what you want. I know what you are. We YRC the tap dust. We do not get tap dusted in this household. It's cringe. It's cringe. I enjoyed the tangent. Yeah, but a lot of people watch these. Well, I guess it doesn't super matter. They don't need me to break down what's happening. They can break down what's happening themselves. But I like to contribute to some extent in that fashion as well. Although less so lately. I had a stint of doing that, but honestly, going on random games is more fun for me. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Also, but I just kind of feel like when I'm doing commentary for like a fighting game tournament to talk about, you know, the fighting game tournament. Did you? Nope. We're aware that it's our turn. It's no longer our turn. It's no longer our turn. We were aware that it was our turn, and then it stopped being our turn. And now probably Yemma's aware of that as well. All right, patient play from Milk. Milk, a very patient element. Why do I want to say element? It's not an element. You look on the periodic table, Milk, abbreviated MLK, Milk. And you're like, Martin Luther King? They're like, no, actually, Milk. That's Martin Luther King. And it's Dr.RVN.MLK, Dr. Referendum Martin Luther King. You're like, oh, okay. And you're like, that's MLK Jr. And there's another one with the JR next to it. And you're like, these gotta be shorter. You gotta abbreviate these shorter. You gotta figure something out. Einsteinium is not like IEINST dot or some shit, you know? It's whatever it is. I don't know what it is. You don't do anything with Einsteinium. Einsteinium's a fake element. It's made up. There's like continuation medals, the fucking DLC medals that like EA released on the periodic table. They don't even go on the periodic. There's just a little asterisk, and then there's a separate box with 2 long rows of medals nobody fucking cares about or talks about ever. At least not in biochemistry. There's just like, yeah, carbon and oxygen. You're like, what about Einsteinium? I don't know if you know this, Milk, but there is another game in this set. There is, in fact. That was 2. Sit down. Sit down. Don't pop off until and unless you win. You're gonna jinx yourself, all right? You're gonna jinx yourself, kid. You're gonna become jinxed. Jinxed. You're going to become jinxed. I am capable of saying words. And I got scared there for a second because I don't know if it is, but very slightly mispronounced jinxed feels like a slur. So I went into like emergency mode. I was like, do not continue saying things. Reboot the part of your brain that manages speech and say jinx correctly. Because I do not. I'm not trying to be like, and now I'm going to accidentally say a racial slur. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do any day. I don't need that. I can't afford to get canceled, Link. Mayday. Anyway, we're in Jealous Rage. We got some Kool-Aid. Mom bought some more Kool-Aid. See, Yemma's mom just doesn't quite have the couponing like Quiznos Cookie's mom does. You know, Yemma is a very good player. Particularly, I mean, Yemma introduced the anime fighter world to shimmies, a concept none of us had ever fucking heard of before. I'm not even, like, I'm only half joking. I think a lot of it's couponing. I think a big thing that Yemma can work on is the couponing.